Chipmunks, small dexterous animals from the squirrel family. There are 25 species of chipmunks, most of which are found in North America. The most prominent feature of all chipmunk species is 5 dark stripes along the back, separated by white or gray stripes. The coloration of other parts of the body is most often reddish-brown, like that of ordinary squirrels. Depending on the species, the mass of a chipmunk can be from 30 to 120 g, and the size is from 5 to 15 centimeters. Chipmunks are widespread almost throughout North America. This is a clever, cunning animal that often visits people, knowing that they will always share delicious treats. The only obstacle can be a cat, but chipmunks often find a common language with them, thanks to the tolerance of modern cats. These animals, like squirrels, are very cautious, but they quickly adapt to the environment and remember which yard is the passive cat and kind people pouring nuts into the feeder. By the way, no matter how much food a person pours in, the chipmunk will not calm down until it drags everything that can be taken. These animals lead a solitary lifestyle, and therefore he has no one to rely on, except on himself. A chipmunk can stuff a lot of nuts into its cheek pouches, and it always looks very funny. If there is a field with sunflowers, wheat, or corn near the chipmunk's den, then the chipmunk spends all of his time carrying grain to his pantry all day. Cats often hunt chipmunks, but experienced animals know that the best defense is an attack. This behavior is not typical of the victim, and can put even a hardened cat into a stupor. But more often, domestic cats are not used to getting their own food. They always have a bowl of food, so chipmunks do not hesitate to get to know each other better, not feeling threatened by a predator. And if this predator is behind glass, then there is nothing to be afraid of. And to this cat, the chipmunk showed all the tricks that he had in his arsenal, and then disappeared into a tree. The cat overestimated his strength, and now the owner will have to remove him from the tree. Of course, it is not uncommon for chipmunks to become victims, having stumbled not on a playful well-fed cat, but on a hardened hungry street cat. Against this, there is only one chance to have time to run to a tree. The chipmunk, like the squirrel, is a great jumping on trees, but he does not necessarily need tall old trees. Sometimes he is content with thickets of bushes. In their lair, the chipmunks arrange several large pantries, where they carry various supplies of food, so the nuts left for the animal in the feeder will all be transferred to its lair and reserve. For the winter, chipmunks hibernate. They wake up in the middle of winter, get some food, and then go back to sleep. The chipmunk has many enemies, mainly among small animals of prey and birds of prey. But sometimes such large predators as the bear also pursue it. As a rule, he does not hunt for the chipmunk itself, but digs holes in order to profit from its reserves. The winter reserves of the animal are very interestingly different from those of other animals. Its pantries are filled with a wide variety of products, here and wheat and oats, buckwheat, flax, sunflower, and various wild seeds, acorns, nuts, dried berries, apples, and even mushrooms. There are usually many of these foods stored in every chipmunk pantry. At the same time, different products are never mixed, since the animal lays them out neatly in separate piles on a bed of dry grass. Sometimes different types of food are even separated from one another by dry leaves. The amount of stalks in the burrow of a chipmunk reaches 6 kilograms. It is not uncommon for these animals to be bred as pets. The advantage of keeping these animals in captivity is the absence of a pungent smell inherent in proteins. It is recommended to keep chipmunks alone, since the presence of more animals in the cage leads to rivalry between them, sometimes with death. Chipmunks raised in captivity or caught at a young age are easily tamed. Chipmunks, like squirrels, are capable of various tricks to get to food in bird feeders. Dexterity these cute thieves do not take. This chipmunk first disassembled the entire ear for grains, and then decided to grab it after several unsuccessful attempts to drag the ear of corn into his hole. He probably thought about expanding it. The impudence of these small animals is enough to get not only cats, but also chase other large rodents like rabbits.